I'm so embarrassed to share this, but I'm going to share it anyway. When I was little, I used to lie and tell people I was hapa.
Oh my god.
Because I think
we all want to be a hapa girl.
We all want to be
a hapa girl. Yeah.
Take 52.
Hi Summer.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here with us today in this tea room at JCC. You are an entrepreneur, girl boss, a small business owner
Yes.
of 2 businesses in Kaimuki now. 10 Tomorrow, which is a boutique, women's boutique shop, and Daily Whisk Matcha, which recently made 1 year. So congratulations.
Thank you.
I guess I just want to start with what inspired you to open a matcha shop in Hawaii, and what was the whole journey like?
I mean, I think Daily Whisk Matcha was born actually out of COVID. You know, we had to shut down the store, everyone started shopping online, which was really great in its own way, but I'm in love with retail and customer service, so we started to think outside the box, and our friend had an espresso machine, and he's like, you know, no one's doing coffee in Chinatown anymore because everyone's work from home, so can I just drop it off to you and let's see what we can do with it? So the idea kind of grew from there that if I want people to come to visit the store, why not expand what that experience could be from just trying on clothes to also being able to sit and hang out with friends and have a cup of tea.
You mentioned that your family drank a lot of tea growing up, and I just wanted to know like what your whole environment growing up was like. Like, did you grow up here?
Yes, yeah. I am technically 4th generation.
What do you mean technically?
I think I'm 4th generation. I have to check.
I don't know either.
I think I'm 4th generation.
Meaning you're...
I grew up here.
Yeah.
I was born and raised in Hawaii. Both my parents were born and raised in Hawaii. I never got to meet my great-grandparents, but I did have my grandparents on both sides. So my mom's side was grandma and grandpa, and then my dad's side was oji-chan and oba-chan. Yeah, so it's more my dad's side that was tea drinkers. So we would always end the meal, like I think even to this day, my dad ends dinner with chazuke.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I grew up thinking that was dessert. So that's how much I love tea.
Carbs. Tea.
Carbs, rice and tea, just plain rice and tea. So that's the kind of household I grew up in. Brings back really nice memories.
I saw on Instagram that you went to Japan recently.
Yeah, I went last year in July. It was actually for 10 Tomorrow. We had the opportunity to showcase our clothing brand there. So we tacked on after the trade show was over. My friend Audrey and I took a little vacation and we did all the tea tasting.
Yeah, it looked really fun.
It was incredible. We went to some pretty small towns. We were in Shizuoka and we got to visit green tea farms.
Yeah.
We also went to Uji, which is where the
Uji
matcha. Famous for
yeah.
matcha. And it was, I think it broadened my passion for tea.
Just seeing how passionate they are, probably. Right?
Yes, it's the science and the art of it goes back generations. And to think about tea ceremony being, you know, hundreds of years old.
Right. Should we?
Yes, make some tea.
Okay, I'm excited. Summer is gonna teach us, or teach me and us, how to make matcha.
I am in no way an expert.
Okay, disclaimer.
Disclaimer. But this is how we practice at home and at Daily Whisk.
Okay. So we are sitting like true Japanese now. My legs hurt.
Yeah. Let's get started.
Let's do this fast.
Okay. At Daily Whisk, we actually do almost a double scoop so that the caffeine equals a cup of coffee.
Oh.
Yeah. And then we sift it. So I'll do mine first.
Okay.
Wooden spoon. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. This matcha comes from a single ingredient farm in Uji. It's organic. I like it for every day.
I've seen this one before.
Right, it's the Mizuba brand.
Not sponsored. Sponsor us.
But what I love about their flavor is I would characterize it as pretty mellow, creamy, round, so not too bitter. A lot of people who don't like matcha just think the taste is really bitter.
Right.
So this is where we got our name Daily Whisk Matcha, because we wanted to make sure that we're bringing the art of traditional matcha into the cafe, so we hand whisk every order. But you never want to start with a dry whisk.
Oh.
So I'm just going to use some of the hot water. We use water that's 160 to 170, and you just need a little. And then you're going to whisk in M and W shapes.
M, W. Is that good?
More. Maybe you should have a little bit more bubbles.
Not intense enough. What am I doing wrong?
Yeah, that looks great.
Is that good?
Yeah, perfect.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then depending on how thick or thin you'd like your tea, you can add more water at this point. Or if we were doing lattes, this is what we would pour into milk. But the thin style of matcha, which is known as usucha.
Usucha.
Cheers.
Yeah, it's not bitter at all.
Nope. Yeah, it's a nice round mellow flavor.
Yeah. It's nice to just drink it like this too, like without milk.
I know, this is probably our least popular drink on the menu.
Right. Everyone wants a latte.
Everyone wants a latte, or we're known for a matcha lily koi soda. So definitely not found in any tea ceremony.
So I'm curious, growing up, what you identified as, like as a local, Japanese, American, and if that's kind of changed over the years or not?
Yeah, that feels like a deeper question now.
We're getting deep?
Yeah. I'm so embarrassed to share this, but I'm going to share it anyway. When I was little, I used to lie and tell people I was Hapa.
Oh my god.
Because I think
we all want to be a Hapa girl.
We all wanted to be a
Hapa girl.
Yeah. Right? I was a swimmer, so I always had freckles. So people would ask me if I was Hapa, and I would just say yes. So yeah, I think I identified
as Hapa.
I was lying.
How long did that last?
I have memories of trying to be Hapa all through elementary school. I think I wasn't sure what it meant to be just Japanese, so I identified probably just local, whatever that means, just being born and raised here. But I knew that I wanted to go away for college, that I think I felt like I wanted to be a city girl, so identifying as local. And maybe that's just a part of growing up, is like you want to rebel. Your family's Japanese, so I want to be Hapa. I'm born and raised here, so I want to move away.
Everyone's like, I want to get off this rock. That was a common thing people said in high school.
Right. Yeah. So I think a lot of me growing up was rebelling against what I identify as. And now, owning a business, growing older, seeing this movement for Asians and Pacific Islanders, and realizing the importance of culture and family history and who you are, I think made me kind of pull in and revisit what I am and who I am. So I think it's a little bit of fluidity through my whole life. But and it's still fluid, right? Because when I go to Japan, I don't feel Japanese. When I go to the mainland, I don't feel American. There's something always local about being local, and then maybe that Japanese local is where the fluid happens.
Changes, forever changing.
Yeah.
I think for me too. Or for me, I mean, I'm Japanese, born in Japan, and I think when I moved here, I was really trying to learn English, because it's like you don't want to be different, you know? From first grade to third grade, we didn't go back to Japan at all. And then in third grade, apparently, I don't remember this, but my mom said that I got in an argument with her, and I was like, I'm American. She's like, no, you're Japanese. And I was like, no, I speak English. I'm American. And she panicked. And that summer she took us back to Japan.
Oh no.
She was like, no, you're Japanese. Yeah, and I remember like kind of distancing myself from Japanese culture in high school maybe. But I feel like every time I go back to Japan now, I'm like, I try to speak Japanese compared to before. I was like, oh, like I'm not good, so I'm not gonna speak. I don't really know how to word this question, but do you have any hopes for this community? I don't even know what this community is, like Asian American, local.
The 5 people who watch us. The 1,000 people who watch us.
Yeah, and like maybe for your shop, for Daily Whisk. And
I'm grateful for the opportunity to share, you know, an honest experience that getting back to culture, getting back to your roots isn't instantaneous, or it can happen later in life, or it could just be whatever incredible journey that it is, as deep or as shallow or late or early. But yeah, and I hope that Daily Whisk and our stories can inspire people to get in touch with whatever they find interesting as part of their culture. Yeah, I grew up with tea and now I'm falling in love with it all over again in a different way. So yeah, hopefully that message can spread.
Yeah, I hope so too. Thank you so much for being here and for teaching me how to make matcha properly.
I don't know if it's properly, just how we make matcha too.
It's better than what I did, so yeah. And
I'm so happy to spend the day with you. Yeah.
Like, subscribe.
Episode 1.
Yay! Sweating.
Sweating.